Say, remember that awful My Little Pony movie that hardly had any ponies in it? Well, it turns out they made a sequel. Yeah, despite all the negative comments from bronies, they made a sequel anyway. And by God is this one better. My Little Pony Equestria Girls, Rainbow Rocks. Journey back to the cliched setting for everything related to girls. High school. Even DC Comics did that. It's best if you don't look this up, where they're doing something completely original and different from the last movie. They plan to host a normal school event, but it's screwed into knots by a magical evil creature from the other dimension that we're all familiar with. Sequel writing at its finest. Watch the unexpected sequel that nobody asked for, but is praised by many to be much better than the first movie. In terms of animation, in terms of storytelling, in terms of everything. And it gave birth to people like this, who's most likely watching this video right now. And mostly doing this. Meet Sunset Shimmer, the bland and boring villain from the previous movie. The villain that no one in the brony fandom really liked. But prepare to change your opinions on her in this movie, as she's now been reformed into a likable, adorable, sexy character that you really can't help but feel sorry for. How can she turn from someone as uninteresting as the Deadly Six into one of my favorite characters? They don't hate me, not anymore. They feel sorry for me for what I did before. But I'm still trying with all my might. But they see me in a whole new light. That's the power of redemption. Meet the latest villains for the movie. 3 giant evil seahorses that use their singing to create disharmony and hatred between other creatures. Basically, they're the Candelia of the MLP universe. But they were banished to the human world by Gandalf the Bearded as punishment over 1,000 years ago. But yet after all those years, they look like they're young enough to apply to be students in a high school. Are those jewels around their necks supposed to be energems? There's Adagio Dazzle, the sexiest character ever seen in the show. No thanks to this gal, who for some reason has big poofy hair that makes her look like a giant cheese ball puff. Aria Blaze, the cranky the crane of the 3. She grumbles, she groans, she whines, she complains, she reaches hard to reach areas, she kills over 99.9% of bad bacteria. Oh, sorry. And there's Sonata Dusk, obviously the villain that shouldn't really be a villain. She's cute, she's ditzy, she's bubbly, but more importantly, she's got an addiction to tacos.
It's Taco Tuesday!
Yeah, why is she a villain again? Princess Twilight Sparkle returns to the human world, clearly forgetting that she now has royal friendshipy princess duties. And she decides to go back to having nutcracker things for hooves to help the Humane 5.5 from stopping the sirens from taking over the school by doing the exact same thing that they're doing. Only with rainbows.
Rainbows!
Unlike the first movie, this movie is actually a musical. Though not really, because some of the songs from the soundtrack aren't even in the movie. In full anyway. Featuring some brand new catchy songs, brought to you by the great music people that you know and love. Including, this movie's gonna be better than the last movie. Shake Your Non-Existent Butt Hair. Deus Ex Scott Pilgrim. Saying Your Evil Plan Out Loud. Boastful Bitch tells everybody that she's Jesus. And Boastful Bitch pours Trick cereal up her sleeve. Seriously, why are some of the songs about boastful bitches? And alliteration. Starring Sunset the Hedgehog.
This is who I am.
Princess Outdated Twilight Joke. Courage the Useless Dog. The Monster High Misfits. I'm Just So Shy. Cotton Candy Machine. Tabitha St. Germany. Supercalifragilisticexpialidouchebag, Supercalifragilisticexpialidouchebag Jr., the Great and Powerful Malfoy, Mississippi Maud Pie, and Mr. Tall. My Little Human has Brosian dolls, Rainbows Rock. So, you decided to take the Marvel cinematic approach, Well, let me guess. I'm just going to guess that the third movie isn't going to be a bad movie, but won't be as good as the other two movies. We'll have a new character that is yet another version of Twilight as she was when the series began, just like these characters. There's going to be a climax that will leave people like me confused and left jaw agape, and the promotions and advertising for the movie will be focusing more on these 5 new characters that will barely do anything in the movie, instead of focusing on the real main villain, who is a snobby bitch whose dialogue is just nothing but the word reputation. Do I get a cookie if I'm right? I thought so.